All right, good morning, everyone. We've got 9 o'clock, so let's get this meeting started. Today is June 22nd, 2026. This is your 9 a.m. regular edition of Lavaca County Commissioners Court. And with that, we will start with the roll call. Precinct 1. Here. Precinct 2. Here. Precinct 3.
Present.
Precinct 4.
Present.
And the judge is here, so let the record reflect that all 5 of us here are here, present, and accounted for. And with that, we'll stand for invocation. Most Heavenly Father, thank you for this gathering of community members. Thank you for guiding us through life. Thank you for helping us make decisions that benefit all of Lavaca County. And Lord, we're just so thankful for the blessing of rain that you've given us over the last couple of months. And we cannot say enough thank you for the rain. And Lord, just bless this deliberating governing body as we make decisions for all of Lavaca County. And we ask for these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Our flags.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
This morning.
All right. All right. Again, good morning. We'll get straight to our agenda items. Number 1 is announcements, public comments. Anyone from the public want to make an announcement? Have something to say? Going once, going twice. I hear nothing. So anything else you guys got?
No, sir. I know you did.
All right. All good. June 22nd, the grass is growing. The screwworm is not here yet. At least that's what I was told. We do have one announcement on that. We had someone, I think it was Saturday a week ago, called in. I'm not going to single them out as being a weekender, weekend warrior from someplace else, but they called in and said they found the fly on their place, and they wanted it checked out. So it was not a screwworm fly. Okay. Fly landed on their 4-wheeler, and they thought it was a screwworm fly. So no reason to panic. No reason to panic. So we did not do a public announcement on that because we felt like it. We knew that it was not the screwworm fly. All right, but if you do see the fly, if you see worms, whatever, you need to call your vet right away. That's probably the closest thing. Do not take the animal to town. Leave it in place. All right, anything else? If not, we'll move on to number 2. Number 2 is Junior Lifesavers Award presented by the Lavaca County EMS and Lavaca County Sheriff's Office. I see Chief Earl coming forward.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Wyatt, you want to come on up here with me real quick?
I see Deputy Ollie's here too.
I'm doing good. Step on up here. So this is Wyatt Casper. On the morning of May 12th, we got a call on State Highway 95 South in between Shiner and Yoakum, which it's actually right on the division line in between Yoakum Fire and EMS and Lavaca County EMS. And Yoakum and Lavaca County both responded to this residence, along with the sheriff's office as well. Wyatt here just got his first brand new Apple Watch, and he figured out how to use it real quick. Mom had a medical emergency there in the kitchen, and it's actually funny. We talked that morning. I've been to the house before with the fire department a couple of years prior, so we actually probably ran across each other before we ran across each other again, right? But anyway, we responded to the medical emergency. The cool thing about this is that Wyatt had enough wherewithal to use his watch to call his dad, who then called 911, right? So in our line of business, we see bad stuff 75% of the time. And when we show up and we have this young man here who's educated enough to use his technology to call us there to be able to come take care of Mom, and it was a refreshing sight to see at early in the morning. What time was that? It was early, wasn't it?
It was like 9 something?
About 9 something? Oh.
That's what it felt like.
Maybe that's what it felt like. I think it was a little earlier than that, but you did a great job. And it's not every day that we run across really anybody, especially your age, that knows how to do exactly what you do and get us there. Right within minutes, you had ambulances, police cars, right? Red ambulances, white ambulances, the sheriff's office. Everybody was there, and it was because of you thinking through the situation, wanting to help mom and do the right thing. And you were able to get a hold of dad. Dad was able to get a hold of us. And we want to recognize that about you. Okay. It's not every day we run across folks like you who know how to do the right thing. This is why when we go out into the community and we teach CPR, we teach first aid, we teach stop the bleed, right? And also how to call us, right? You knew it. You knew exactly what needed to happen. So I want to congratulate you, and we all want to congratulate you on the good job that you did. We got together and got a little bit of a box for you, right, from the sheriff's office and from EMS. We've got look here, got that from us, all kinds of stuff, and your life-saving certificate. So we wanted you to come up here today and show the community and show our bosses, the commissioners and the county judge, how good you did for your mom that day. Okay, what do you think? You have anything you want to say? Not really? You want to get your box of cool stuff, huh? Huh? Do you mind taking a picture with us? Okay, great. Guys, y'all have anything to say about it?
That's awesome. I mean,
It's a great story. It's a great story. Mom's here with us. Dad's here. Looks like all the family's here.
it sounded like
We appreciate them coming as well. Very much. Y'all want to come up and take a picture real quick with us? All right, come on.
it kind of sounded like an advertisement for Apple Watch, but
Let's come right over here. We'll take a picture.
where's his Apple Watch now?
Where's your glasses?
Faces to you.
Yes.
So. All right, thank y'all for that. All right, item number 3. Discuss and approve awarding bids for the Lavaca County roads, number 1, number 211, number 392, number 461. Improvement project for the GLO contract number 24065-129E987.
Me speak?
Naylene, you want to lead us to it, Naylene?
Yes, so we went out for bids for our county roads that you just listed, along with our engineers, Hewitt Zollers. They did give us a letter of recommendation for each precinct road. So for Lavaca County Precinct 1, they sent a letter of recommendation for J. Carroll Weaver in the amount of $487,584.80. They were the lowest bidder for Precinct 1.
Do we want to, we want to make a separate motion for each precinct?
That's what do y'all want to do that?
Let's do that.
Stop and
Let's do
make
that.
a motion?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so
Do we accept the bid from J. Carroll Weaver for County Road 1 in the amount of $487,584.80?
hey, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Motion made by precinct 1, second by precinct 3 to award precinct 1 to J.C. Carroll Weaver for 487, can't read it, 584 and 80 cents. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. That motion passes. Continue, Nayleen.
Okay, then we have County Road 211. They sent a letter of recommendation for J. Carroll Weaver again in the amount of $472,703.20, and they were the lowest bidder for that one as well.
Okay,
Your Honor, I'd like to make a motion to award bid to the lowest bidder, which is J. Carroll Weaver Incorporated, in the amount of $472,703.20, with work to be completed within 60 calendar days.
okay.
Second.
Had a motion from precinct 2 to, second by precinct 1 to award the bid on County Road 211 to J. Carroll Weaver in the amount of $472,703.20. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The motion passes. Continue.
Then we have Lavaca County Road 392. They submitted a letter of recommendation for Sweet Home Sand and Gravel, being the lowest bidder at $407,860.63.
Okay,
I make a motion to accept that bid from Sweet Home Sand and Gravel in the amount of $407,000, $860.63 with 60 calendar days to complete.
okay. I had a motion from precinct 3 to hear a second.
Second.
Second by precinct 4 to approve awarding the bid to Sweet Home Sand and Gravel on County Road 392 in the amount of $407,660.63. Any questions or comments?
$469,820. Oh, no, that's.
No, $407,860.63.
Can't read it. It's either 6 or an 8. Okay, we'll go with 8. The correct amount is $407,860.63, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Last road.
Okay, County Road 461, the lowest bidder was Sweet Home Sand and Gravel in the amount of $469,825.23.
Okay, do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the bid for County Road 461 for Sweet Home Sand and Gravel in the amount of $469,825.23.
Do you hear a second?
Second.
All right, got a motion from precinct 4, second by precinct 3 to award County Road 461 to go to Sweet Home Sand and Gravel in the amount of $469,825.23. I apologize. That is some fine print.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The motion passes. Thank you, guys. It's been a long time coming getting this project going, and I think we're excited to see this finally.
Rolling on 40.
This grant was awarded to us in 2022, and we've been painstakingly trying to get it to this point. So we've got 60 days. All right. Thank you. Anything else on number 3? Nothing? Okay. All right. And thank you, Nayleen, for taking all the time and attention to that, to it as well. There's been weekly meetings. You have no idea what it's like dealing with your federal government and state government and some of these projects. No idea. The amount of, I would say sheer bureaucracy, but that's the best way I can put it. All right, moving on. Item number 4, discussion approved designating a representative to calculate the 2026 no new revenue tax rate and the 2026 voter approval tax rate. That's brought to you by our tax assessor collector. Do we hear a nomination?
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
I move that we appoint and approve our tax assessor collector to calculate the no new revenue tax rate and the 2026 voter approval tax rate.
Second.
All right. Got a motion by precinct 1, second by precinct 2 to approve designating Deborah Sefcik, Lavaca County Tax Assessor Collector, as our representative to calculate the 2026 no new revenue tax rate and the 2026 voter approval tax rate. Is there anything you want to say to us? I'm sure there's some things you want to say, but do you accept the nomination? Do you accept the nomination? Okay, great. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor of appointing Deborah Sevcik to that role, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. All right, thank you, Ms. Sevcik. Appreciate you. All right, number 5, discuss and approve timeline, public hearing dates, and updates on revising the Lavaca County guidelines and criteria for granting tax payment in a reinvestment zone, creating in Lavaca County. That was last updated April 14th, 2014. Any updates?
Yes, so I did attach the public hearing notice in your packets for you guys to review. I have it set to run in the paper for 2 weeks, starting this week. This Wednesday, I will get it file marked at the county clerk's office and have it posted there as well. Our public hearing date is set for the July 14th Commissioners Court hearing at 9 a.m.
Okay. We just have to have one hearing?
Yes, we'll just do it during the regular called meeting.
Okay, but we just have to have one hearing?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So July 14th, 2026 would be that public hearing to adopt our guidelines and criteria for granting tax abatement in a reinvestment zone. Just again, we were in San Antonio this past week and we got to sit on a session on this again. We're on the right path. One of the keynote speakers was actually our attorney that's representing Lavaca County, so that was great on that. So we're on the right path. We don't have any projects here that we want to tell the public. Again, there's no data centers, there's no wind farms, solar, battery projects that are asking us for abatements. Nobody's asking us for that. But we're getting set up for if we do have an economic development project that meets our criteria that we need to help support, then we're going to be ready for it. So that's the basis for it. All right. Is there anything to prove on that? Do you want to let's approve the hearing date. So do I hear a motion to approve July 14, 2026 as our public hearing date?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by precinct 4, second by precinct 3 to approve setting July 14, 2026 as a public hearing date to approve the Lavaca County guidelines and criteria for granting tax abatement in a reinvestment zone. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. All right, number 6, discuss and approve bond for Jacoric Thomas, Deputy Sheriff for Lavaca County Sheriff's Office. It's found on page 17 through 23. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make that motion to approve that bond for Jacoric Thomas, Deputy Sheriff for Lavaca County Sheriff's Office.
Second by precinct 4. I have a motion from precinct 3, seconded by precinct 4 to approve the bond for Jacoric Thomas, Deputy Sheriff for the Lavaca County Sheriff's Office. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. That motion passes. Welcome aboard, Jacoric. Number 7, discuss and approve interlocal agreement between the Golden Crescent Regional SART and Lavaca County. That's found on page 24 through 29. I had Mr. James Reeves read over that document, and he's also agreed to be appointed to that position. So do I hear a motion to approve the interlocal agreement and appoint James Reeves as our point of contact?
I'll make
that motion.
I heard 3 and 2. Motion made by precinct 3, second by precinct 2 to approve the interlocal agreement between the Golden Crescent Regional SART and Lavaca County and to appoint James Reeves as our county point of contact. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. That motion passes. Number 8, discuss and approve the reimbursement request from Mark Jerica. They're requesting to be reimbursed from the boring/pipeline permit fee in the amount of $500 located on County Road 229. That was in precinct 2.
Yes, sir.
Down on page 30 through 31.
Yes, sir. As you all know, we've experienced a drought in Lavaca County where we had ponds and creeks and every source of water dry up, including a lot of wells. And so we had cattle ranchers that were trying to find accessible water. And so what they did was, in this case, he bored under the road, had a professional company do it, and to put water in another pasture that would allow him to set a water trough there because the pond had dried up. And so this was, I would say, it may not be an emergency, but if I don't know what the timeline is for cattle to die without water, but I believe it's about 3 days.
It's not long in the heat.
It's not long. And so they have to have water. An average cow drinks 35 gallons a day. Most folks don't know that, but that's what they would require. So Mark, got a permit bored under the road and to get water from one pasture to the next. And so he's talked with me, talked with the judge, and asked us about reimbursing him the $500 permit fee. I'm going to recommend we do that, not to set precedent. This was unusual circumstances. It was, indeed, it was more of an emergency basis. He could have done it, and we've had people do it and not get a permit. And so, as a one-off move to help supplement, help take care of our cattle raisers, I recommend that we reimburse him this $500 fee for boring under the road.
Okay. Any other discussion, or do I hear a second? Second. Was a second? There was a second?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think in the case of agriculture needs,
And I agree with that.
yes,
Um,
agriculture needs, it's not commercial.
Okay. The only concerns, I have is, like I said in precedence, I think, if I understand right, since in the last 6 years, we've only had maybe 2 that came in for a permit. One was exempt, so we didn't have a fee attached, and then a couple years went by, we set a fee, so we don't have a bunch of people just want to start boring under our roads. So 2 things come to mind, and I know we've discussed this in this court. We do not grant pipeline easements in our right of ways. That's a no-no. There's, I think, a couple grandfathered pipelines down in Speaks area that were in the ditches, but that's not to be. That's something we need to consider. So
Right.
I consider this is it's got to be done right. It's got to be done deep enough so we don't hang up on a blade coming through cutting the road or a ditch. And then if we do go to clean out a ditch, it's sometime
Where you don't hit it. Right.
what is that depth going to be, and we need to have it
Gas companies require 6 foot
6 foot.
underneath
Underneath?
boring
Okay.
underneath.
All right. Well, we can take it up another day. Today's topic is whether to reimburse or not reimburse. So right now I've got a motion from precinct 2, second by precinct 4, to reimburse the request from Mark Jerica. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Yuritsa requesting to be reimbursed from the boring/pipeline permit fee in the amount of $500 located on County Road 229. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor of the reimbursement say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right, that motion passes. So we will get Mr. How do you pronounce it again? Yuritsa. Okay. Yuritsa. All right, getting close. All right,
Just like it's
that
spelled.
motion passed. We'll get him a check cut. All right, number 9. And something, we were at conference when this agenda went out, so I requested that the auditor's office and our office go ahead and print out the agenda items as we're going to read them and approve them just to help us along. So that's why these next 2 agenda items are rather lengthy. But number 9, discuss and approve the amendment of section 7.01.01 of the Lavaca County Personnel Policy to realign the Lavaca County EMS Department work week with the county standard work week for the purposes of record keeping and overtime calculation under the Fair Labor Standards Act by removing the EMS department exception and establishing a 7-day work week for all county employees beginning at 12 a.m. on Saturday and ending at 11:59 p.m. on the following Friday, with the EMS department work week transition and policy amendment to take effect at 12 a.m. on Saturday, July 4th, 2026. Did that make sense?
Perfect nonsense.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. perfect nonsense, but, do I hear a motion to accept that policy change? Do you have any questions?
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah, if you would, yeah, just kind of put that in layman term for me. So we're going to change the time. It's going to be for the people who work around the clock.
So right now, our current policy states that everybody, so their shift starts at midnight on Saturday, ends at 11:59 on the following Friday, except for the EMS department, which will begin at 7 a.m. each Saturday and end 7 consecutive days later. What we're proposing is that everybody with the Lavaca County go back and do the 12 midnight on Saturday, end at Friday. This extra policy that, this exception is causing a bit of an issue until we get Paylocity started. And so to make sure and ensure we don't have any further payroll issues during the summer until Paylocity kicks off in October, we would like to propose this change. It's easier for us to police and to make sure everybody's getting paid correctly.
So it'll help the transition to implement Paylocity as well. Well, that makes perfect sense. Thank you.
overtime is calculated by the week. And so now we have the standard 1 week, pay period for everybody. We got to remember the sheriff's office and EMS office, they run 24/7, 7 days a week. They really don't adhere to all these things. So we had employees coming on shift on Friday evening, working their 48 hours in a row for EMS, and they were basically they're in 2 pay periods. And so their overtime was not calculating like they wanted it to.
Correct.
And so-
Our current system was having some glitches that we just couldn't get
So
fixed.
this clarifies it and it gets it back into everyone's on the same
Yes.
pay week.
And this would stay in place going forward through even with the Paylocity. This is not a temporary fix. We're going to keep it this way through the rest of it.
We've sat down with EMS as well, and this is what we've come up with as a policy change. So they've agreed to realign themselves with us, with the county collectively. So
Thank you.
do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Heard 3. So I heard, motion by precinct 2, seconded by precinct 3 to approve, the amendment of section 7.01.01 as written in the agenda. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. All right, next item is pretty lengthy. We have deliberated this extensively on the Court Advisory Committee. The Court Advisory Committee has basically, we asked them to pick up the task with evaluating our insurance policy, or health insurance policy, and to come up with a better solution. As it stands, if we left our policy intact and renewed it as it was, our policy premiums are going up by 11%. The county just cannot justify that expense. It was just too much of an expense going up several $100,000. So, in the spirit of making some cuts, we went back and looked at the plan, and this is what the commission, the
Advisory Committee.
the advisory committee has recommended back to the court for approval. I'll read it and we can go over it. The last line, I think we've made a decision on the last line, but we'll cover it when we get there. All right, so number 10 is this: discuss and or approve the 2026-2027 Texas Association of Counties Health and Employee Benefits Renewal Notice. The proposed 2026-2027 Employee Benefits Renewal includes the following changes: participation in the Blue Choice Network Health Plan 1300-NG, featuring the following options. A, individual deductible goes up to $1,500. Family deductible goes up to $4,500. In-network coinsurance, 80/20 with the maximum out-of-pocket coinsurance of $3,500. D, out-of-network coinsurance, 60/40 with a maximum out-of-pocket coinsurance of $7,000. Additionally, we're asking the court to come up with it's a 15% dependent pilot program designed to reduce the cost of dependent coverage for employees. We're asking the court to add the addition of a medical flexible spending account option to assist employees with managing eligible medical expenses for themselves, their spouses, and dependents. Dental coverage will remain unchanged. However, premiums will increase by 9.8% over the previous year's rates. Vision coverage will remain unchanged with no premium increase. Basic life insurance coverage is proposed to increase from the 10,000 that it was to 15 or 25,000. And I think we agreed we're going to 25,000 is
25 is
doable.
advisory.
So we're going to go where the advisory committee wants to move to 25,000 per employee. So they brought you their recommendations back to the court. It's now up to us to deliberate, discuss, and approve.
Good.
Or not approve, but we're under time crunch as well.
I also have Lacey Jones from TAC here if you have any questions, and I have Daniel with Summit, who is our broker for our insurance.
Okay, just one question.
Sure.
And I recommend that you discuss and approve this item and then discuss. Right?
I mean, you want to prove it as we just read?
No, I just, yeah,
You want to
I
discuss
want
it?
to
Go
do,
ahead.
after we discuss it, I'd like to approve it.
Okay.
I believe, my question is simple, and we're looking at an 11% increase.
Mhm.
So with these changes, what does that do to the 11% increase?
Okay, so if we have no change at all, we only increase. So if we go to this 1,300 plan with the dependent program and no growth, that means no new people jump on insurance, it's a 2% increase. If I have a small growth, this plan, as is the 1,300 NG with the 15% family deductible, then if the small growth being 15 new child plans come on and 3 new family plans come on, that is still a 5% increase. We're still way under the 11% that we would have been with the grandfathered clause. If I have some major growth where I have 50 new insurance plans come on because of this great change, that still will get us to, and that's 50 child plans and 8 family plans. So that's a lot of people coming on board to our insurance. Then that would make us at 11%. So we would match where we would be had we stayed with the grandfathered plan.
Okay. Second question, I apologize, I'm gonna have.
No, that's okay.
I don't see on here the office copay. Is that still a part of the plan?
Yes, that would remain unchanged at $30.
So if you go to the doctor, there's still an office copay.
Yes.
Okay.
The only copay that did change was the ER, which ER visits typically raise our insurance rates for going to the ER for non-emergency situations. But that ER copay would be $150 and we're at $100 now.
At 100. Okay.
As far as copays, actually, by switching out of the grandfather plan to this new one, your annual visits and your regular preventative screenings will not have a copay.
Okay,
Those are waived now.
Okay. And this may be for TAC or for Summit. Do we have a stopgap policy that, like, for, medical, where there's an incredible expense, a shock loss, if you will, someone has to have a heart lung transplant and it's $1 million. I'm just wondering if the TAC Blue Cross Blue Shield has something that it's like having a deductible. The deductible is their plan. Then you have a shock loss plan that covers up to a certain amount, maybe $1 million, $2 million loss. So it's just, you got one person that's consuming, they need it, but they're consuming the healthcare dollars. And so I'm just wondering if there's something like that in place.
I don't know about the actual stopgap, but being as part of that pool is what protects us from so much of that shock as well, because
Okay,
we
Lacey-
are a pool.
Lacey and Daniel, if y'all want to come up here, you can.
I hadn't got my laptop open just in case there were any questions, but Commissioner Faircloth, to answer your question, as far as the stop loss policy, since you guys are fully insured, of course, it's not like there's an individual stop loss that's in place, but the pool does have stop loss on folks. And as far as there being just 1 or 2 folks eating up the claims costs, I know we did have a mid-year review with Lavaca County just to kind of go over the claims and look at everything. There are a few high cost claimants for sure, but it's not just one person in particular. But as far as the stop loss is concerned, since you guys are fully insured, like I said,
I guess what I'm referring to is it's almost like a reinsurance plan is what you call it.
Yes.
So you don't deplete your main line source of coverage. You have a reinsurance is okay. When we hit $1 million, we're going into reinsurance and we're going to use that. That's what I'm asking.
Correct. Yes.
And that's in place.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to know.
Yes, sir. Great question.
Again, I think the Court Advisory Committee, we're made up of a very good cross-section of Lavaca County. We have different peer groups in our different sectors that we get to confer with, and we realized in the process that Lavaca County does not have the best insurance out there. We've been in a grandfather plan, and we've been trying to stick with that plan as long as we can. Now we need to abandon the plan and go something else. So one of the things that the grandfather plan had in it was a deductible, individual deductible of 600 something,
680.
$680. So now we're going to 1,500. Still, 1,500 is low in Lavaca.
$820 increase.
It's a difference.
It seems
Yes.
high, but it's really low compared to some of the other companies out there.
You're looking, a lot of people in Hallettsville have $8,500. Some different.
I reached out to some people in Shiner with insurance. The cheapest one I could find was $3,500.
So another thing we looked at is well, how many family or how many children did we have insured? We didn't have enough. We didn't have many children insured. Why? Because it was too expensive to insure the children.
Right.
So we had employees that were sacrificing not insuring their kids because they couldn't afford our county insurance. So we looked at some better plans, and this plan gets it down. The other plan was $600 something a month.
$687 a month just for a child,
in-
and we're going down to $142 for a child.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
A family plan was going to take your whole check and then some at about $1,800. We're going down to $969 for a family.
Awesome.
So
Good.
again, the theme has been gearing up for the future. Everything we do up here is, I always say, this is 20 years. 20 years we're trying to work on a plan. We need to recruit a younger workforce and getting those be attractive to them. And
We
getting
want to offer the benefits to bring in new employees. You know, the county is not a get-rich job, but we want to take care of our employees, and insurance is one of those things where we can help.
Absolutely.
So I want to say this, a lot of time and attention and deliberation. I think we've had 2 special meetings just on insurance for that Court Advisory. So this is what they've come up with.
Yeah, good plan.
That 142.56, that's 1 or 10 kids. Right?
Correct.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
We don't encourage 10 kids, but
Oh,
Luck with that with
Yeah, we
today's
do.
economy.
we're back to farming.
We don't roll crops no more.
Need feel the medical flexible spending account. How does that integrate into this plan? Tell me how that works.
So yeah, the medical flexible spending account, when discussing with the advisory committee, we felt like that would be a good option to offset the increase in the deductible for folks, because what that's going to allow is them to use tax-free dollars that are payroll deducted to kind of help pay for some of the medical expenses, and they can put, all of that towards their deductible if they so choose. It can also pay for prescription copays, any eligible medical expense, they can use those tax-free dollars on. It would be administered by WEX Health Solutions, just because TAC doesn't administer the flexible spending account program, but we do have great vendor partnerships with WEX, who does offer that service.
and this is optional to the employee. So the employee can opt into
Yes.
this or not. It's a benefit. It's another benefit we can give
Correct.
to the employee.
So they they be I guess given a card, an
Yes,
access
sir.
card, like a bank card in order to be able to use it. So I don't know what the rate is. I think the minimum tax rate is 15%. Anyway,
As far
that's okay.
as,
Income tax.
The household rate.
Because what
Oh.
you would do, because you would be saving that money because it's pre-tax dollars. We would set that aside into an account. And as you said, they can use that. You could use it, I guess you can use it for dental. You could use it for whatever you want, medical
Yeah.
use.
yeah,
Okay, prescriptions,
Right.
all those things. That's really it's a good benefit. It may be hard to set aside $50 a month, but
Mhm.
it would definitely be a way to offset that where you wouldn't have, where the employee wouldn't have a shock loss.
It's,
Yes.
it's definitely a perk that we can now offer the employee,
It is.
whether they take it or
is.
not.
Absolutely.
And the nominal cost to service it was like $3 or something per employee.
Yes, it's
So it's-
$3.90 per employee per month. So that's only if they decide to enroll in the flexible spending account program.
So good.
And the rollover from year to year is max still 680?
That is the current max. Those are set by the IRS annually, so they should be releasing the updated figures soon. But yes, that's the current
Okay.
rollover.
And Commissioner, that's also a nice way, the FSA, just put funds in, like you said, 50 a month to save if possible towards the higher deductible too.
Something else that the committee discussed with the tax staff as well is taking more seriously, what is it, the
Healthy county approach.
healthy county programs that TAC has to offer, and finding a good leader in the county to lead the charge, if you will. Developing programs that we can offer to employees to make them healthier, to incentives, as you will. And they've got studies that show if you will implement all these programs, you will start to reduce your insurance because you're a healthier workforce. So there's a lot of neat things that we can do along the way. Once we implement this one, we're going to we'll call for a meeting with employees and their spouses, probably after hours, to come up here if they want to, hear what the new policy is and what the changes are, what the enrollment options are. We'll do that in the coming months.
And I'm always available for questions if anybody has any.
So with that, again, this is kind of exciting times to be a part of Lavaca County, making a step forward in the right direction. I think it's going to be exciting to see some of these employees that get to now get their kids enrolled in insurance that maybe they weren't
Yes.
enrolled before. Give the parents a little peace of mind.
Absolutely.
Any other questions or comments before we make a motion? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve number 10 with the exception of the last line, we're moving to 25,000 per employee.
I'll make that motions to approve the 27 TAC health and employee benefit renewal, based on the details that are provided underneath item 10.
Okay. Do I hear a second? Second by precinct 1. I heard a motion from precinct 2, second by precinct 1 to approve the 2026-2027 Texas Association of Counties Health and Employee Benefits Renewal Plan. We call it that. As listed in item number 10, with the exception of the bottom one, we're moving basic life insurance coverage. It's proposed increase from 10,000 to 25,000 per employee.
I want to thank Mr. Herbst for bringing that up at the last minute. We were so worried about all the insurance. He brought that up, I think, 2 meetings. I appreciate that.
Again, we had lots of commentary. Some of the employees have had recent funerals, recent deaths with family members, and realized that $10,000 really doesn't go anywhere. So, thank you for doing that. But anyway, I had a motion for precinct 2, second by precinct 1. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Number 10 passes as written, provided. Thank you very much for everyone's time and attention.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank y'all for coming here.
All right.
Thank you.
Next, we have consent agenda. Do I hear a motion, second, and vote?
I will make a motion to go into consent agenda.
Second.
Motion made by precinct 3, second by precinct 4 to approve the consent agenda as provided. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda with 1 second motion to vote, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The consent is approved, and our microphones will go off while we're in consent signing documents.
156.
All right, we are out of consent. Is there any other business of the court? Going once, going twice?
I'd just like to thank TAC for showing up and going over
I
the
do.
insurance plan again.
Daniel Lacy, you've been a big help to us and
Yes.
guiding us through the process. We thank you. Thank you for coming here again. All right, the only other thing we have is number 12, announce the next meeting, which will be July 14th, 2026 at 9 a.m. That's a Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yes, sir. All right. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion. And I'll second it.
Motion made by precinct 3, second by precinct 4 to adjourn. All those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Edward? We are adjourned till July 14th. Thank you.